Predators are known for their viciousness and willingness to brutally kill and consume other animals. Their digestive system is incapable of extracting enough nutrients from plant material. Hence, they get their nutrients from the flesh of their prey, consisting primarily of herbivores. This might seem violent, and it is, but you should not villainize carnivores, as they play a crucial role in their ecosystem. That role is to keep the population of herbivores in check. What happens when a predator intrudes on another predator's territory? What lengths will a predator go to protect its meal from the competition? All your questions will be answered as we have compiled a list of the 15 most brutal fighting moments between savage predators. Number 15. Lions versus predators. In this clip, a lone leopard's life is in danger. A pride of young lions chases the distraught leopard up a tree. Leopards are great climbers, and the frightened animal feels safe until a lion begins to climb after it. The leopard jumps down, and it is immediately surrounded by blood-hungry beasts. The victim lies on its back with claws bare, ready to cut any cat that comes close enough. The lions were dauntless about the leopard's defenses. It is lights out for the victim as one of the lions clamps down on its throat. A big male lion wrestles with a crocodile, biting and chewing on the croc's body. The lion carefully avoids its victim's jaws while focusing its attacks behind the crocodile's head. 3 lionesses are also on the scene, hesitant to join the battle. After a while, the lion stops attacking the rugged crocodile. The abused croc starts to leave the scene, but the big lion drags it back by its tail. Indeed, this crocodile will think twice before going back to land again. Hyenas are tricksters, often relying on scavenging and stealing other predators' kills. Due to their nature, they are deeply hated by lions. In this clip, a pride of lions chases and pins a hyena to the ground. The pride surrounds the helpless animal, and they take turns biting at it, almost as if they all want to get out a piece of their anger. The hyena's fate is definitely sealed. Number 14. Crocodiles versus predators. Life in the savannah is challenging, with predators lurking around every corner. Here, a lion swims across a river. A crocodile stalks the lion, waiting for the perfect chance to strike. The aquatic predator launches at the lion, dragging it down into the water for a couple of seconds. Luckily for the lion, the crocodile fails to latch onto the body of its target. The lion swims back to the water's surface and hastily creates distance between the croc and itself. In this clip, a crocodile bites down on a smaller crocodile. As a species, crocodiles are predators that consume almost every animal they encounter. The ravenous croc is determined to get itself a meal, even if it's through cannibalism. The aggressor ensures that its prey is hurt and immobilized by chomping hard at the victim's spine. Things are looking grim for the juvenile crocodile as it is dragged into the murky river, where it will be consumed whole. It is always a terrifying experience for creatures in the savannah to attempt to quench their thirst in crocodile-infested waters. The world's fastest land animal is not exempt from this rule. Here, a cheetah cautiously drinks water at the bank of a river. It leans back, prepared to sprint to safety at the first signs of danger. Suddenly, a gigantic crocodile leaps out of the water and bites the victim firmly in the neck. The attacker gives its victim zero time to fight back as it hastily wades back into the river. Its plan is to drown the cat and feast on it. The cheetah's mother and sibling can be seen looking on from a distance. They know they can do nothing to save it from the jaws of the mighty crocodile. Crocodiles are vicious beasts that'll eat just about anything. In this clip, we see a group of crocodiles on land. A handler throws a piece of meat at the group. None of the crocs go for the meat. One tries to catch the meat, but it misses by a long shot. At this point, one would think that this is a funny clip of fat, lazy crocodiles, until one croc decides to rip the forelimb off another. It chomps down on the limb and performs the infamous death roll, tearing its friend's arm clean off. Number 13. Leopards versus predators. In this clip, a group of 5 cheetahs can be seen roaming the savannah. They are the fastest creatures on land. However, they're no match for any of the big cats in the genus Panthera. The cheetahs seem to be having a good day. That is until a leopard pops out of nowhere and chases them away from its territory. The cheetahs are lucky, as they are not caught by the angry leopard. It would have been lights out for the nimble creature if any one of them was caught lacking. Here, a young leopard is seen facing off against 2 cheetahs. The cheetahs are unimpressed by the leopard's size, and they call the lone creature's bluff. Whenever the leopard gets close to the cheetahs, it lies on its back, claws and fangs bare. Any animal that tries to get close to it will definitely be maimed. However, the cheetahs are not interested in fighting the aggressive cat. Therefore, they leave it there, lying on the ground, waiting for a fight that'll not happen. It's another case of large predators bullying smaller carnivores. In this clip, a lone leopard successfully hunts a young warthog. The predator is about to finish the kill when the victim's cries draw in 2 fully grown male lions. One of the lions smacks the leopard. The leopard knows that it is outmatched and outnumbered. It takes off in the opposite direction, leaving its hard-earned meal for the bigger and stronger predators. The lions proceed to promptly dispatch the screaming warthog. Number 12. Weasels versus predators. Weasels are tiny and bold predators. They do not shy away from prey that weighs more than they do. They'll even go as far as to attack similar-sized predators, like rats. Here, a weasel is in a death battle with a larger rat. The rat kicks and turns, but the weasel's firm grip on the back of its neck is immovable. At the end of the day, the rat succumbs, and the weasel drags it away for consumption. Rats are omnivores that have been observed to prey on mice. However, their predatory instincts are not on par with true carnivores like the weasel. In this clip, a weasel engages in a long body-slamming battle with a rat. The rat struggles to fend off the weasel, but its attempts are futile. The superior predator is hungry and will not give up until a rat is sufficiently incapacitated. Number 11. Raccoons versus predators. In this clip, a coyote is out scavenging for animal carcasses. It finds a carcass and casually starts eating. It might not be fresh meat, but it will satisfy the coyote's hunger. Suddenly, 2 raccoons charge the large canine. Coyotes are one of the main predators of raccoons. Nonetheless, these 2 brave hearts are willing to risk everything to get the large canine away from the carcass. A desperate fox stalks a raccoon of similar size. The fox feint charges at the raccoon while the raccoon backs away slowly from the delusional fox. A deer looks on at the inaction of the fox. It seems like the tiny canine will launch at the raccoon at any time, but nothing happens. Raccoons are omnivores and opportunistic hunters. If they're able to overpower a smaller creature, they'll eat it. That is the case in this video, where a raccoon is casually munching on a snake. Another raccoon is on a fence above, watching. The second mass animal comes down to join in the meal. However, the first raccoon is not keen on sharing the treat. Number 10. Snakes versus predators. Mongooses are small carnivores with a unique resistance to venomous snakes. Here, a cobra catches the eyes of a ravenous mongoose. The mammal circles the reptiles, searching for the right moment to make its move. The cobra flattens its neck to form the distinctive cobra head. It is ready to strike the nuisance. Unfortunately for the snake, even while stricken, the mongoose still has enough energy to kill the snake. After a while, the cobra resigns, head on the ground, moving back and forth, a last-ditch effort to preserve its existence in the face of a formidable foe. When times are hard, anything goes. That is the case in this video, where we see a Cape cobra and a puff adder. The long, ravenous Cape cobra is on the hunt to satisfy its hunger and is willing to dine on its kind. The unlucky puff adder gets the short end of the stick. The cobra strikes it, ingesting venom into the bloodstream of its petite cousin. In this clip, an eagle struggles to take down a snake. In what is meant to be a quick snatch and dispatch, the eagle starts wrestling the snake into submission. Eagles rarely engage in long, drawn-out battles with their targets. When they do, it is either the bird goes for an animal above its weight class, or the snake has tough skin and an unrelenting spirit to cling to life. Number 9. Eagles versus predators. A brown snake eagle is a specialist hunter that prefers to prey on snakes. In this video, one can be seen tearing a puff adder to bits with its beak. Ever so slightly, the puff adder slithers around, but its freedom is deterred by the sharp talons of the mighty bird. It is safe to say that the snake is doomed to become sustenance for the bird. A grizzly bear is walking along a slope seeking its next meal when a bald eagle swoops down and scratches its head. Eagles are powerful creatures known to take down animals that weigh more than them. However, it's not an exaggeration to say that this eagle right here is way over its head if it thinks that it has a chance at taking down a grizzly. In the next clip, a fox is on the run for its life. It senses that a large eagle is on its tail. The fox runs across the field, but no shelter is in sight. The eagle swoops down and scratches its target, an action that is meant to disorient the fox. The fox tumbles, but gets up quickly, searching for a place to hide. Unfortunately for the frightened fox, the eagle swoops down again, and this time it follows through with its attack. The fox is going to wind up as the eagle's lunch. Number 8. Wolverines versus predators. Wolverines are one of the most daring predators in the animal kingdom. They're not the biggest of predators, but what they lack in size, they more than make up for with their bravery and tenacity. Here, a hungry wolf is looking for a tasty snack when it comes across a wolverine minding its business. The wolf attacks the other animal, bites it, and ragdolls it. However, the wolverine is relentless in its defense. The smaller predator fights back, claws and fangs bare. The wolf is stunned. It does not expect such a small creature to be so formidable. When the aggressor realizes that the target will not go down easily, it stops the attempt and walks away, still hungry. In this clip, we get to see more of the uncommon bravery possessed by wolverines. A black bear is seen on a tree. A wolverine comes along and pursues the bear. The large predator is shocked that such a small creature has the audacity to charge at it. The bear feint charges to scare the wolverine away, but the strategy does not work as the pesky animal keeps coming back. The smaller animal strikes the bear on the nose several times until finally the bear leaves the area. In this clip, a wolverine is seen following the scent of an animal carcass. A couple of coyotes are busy stuffing their faces. That is, until the wolverine makes an appearance. The short-tempered predator chases the coyotes from the carcass and begins munching down on the meat. The coyotes try to defend their lunch, but they're no match for the aggression displayed by the 55-pound wolverine. Number 7. Jaguars versus predators. Here, 2 male jaguars are seen duking it out by a river's edge. The 2 big cats are in a fight over the territory. The jaguar in the river initially lies on its back to increase its defensive capabilities. When a big cat goes on its back, it is usually a last-ditch effort to protect itself. The weaker jaguar gets up and stares down at the more dominant predator. The 2 creatures snarl and growl at one another, with a defensive one showing signs of submission. The fight dies down and both cats go into the jungle. In this clip, 4 jaguars can be seen in an enclosure, 2 with dark pigmentation. The jaguars seem relaxed when all of a sudden, a fight breaks out. A spotted jaguar starts to fight by going after one of the black ones. The attacker bites its target on the back of the neck and holds on for a while. Wrestling and attacks are characteristics observed in captured jaguars. These territorial animals are stressed out because they are forced to share spaces with their kind. This clip shows just how vicious a jaguar is in the wild, an apex predator in its ecosystem. The noble jaguar is bold enough to stalk a giant black caiman. The predator jumps into the murky river, bites the unsuspecting caiman in the neck, and drags it ashore. The power possessed by the jaguar is astonishing. The caiman has no chance of survival since its spine is at the mercy of the jaguar's jaws. Number 6. Monitors versus predators. Here, a young leopard cub decides to test its hunting skills on a large monitor lizard. The leopard circles the reptile, searching for the appropriate spot on the creature to attack. The monitor is no slouch as it follows the leopard, turning its powerful tail in whatever direction the leopard faces. The inexperienced hunter continues to distribute the monitor, moving closer with each second that arises. Suddenly, the monitor whips the cat with its tail. The strike signals to the leopard that this is not easy prey. It walks away, leaving the monitor lizard to continue its day. Monitors are highly territorial and aggressive. Two lizards duke it out in a battle for dominance. They both stand on their feet, holding on to the other animal with their forelimbs. Their technique of fighting is similar to wrestling, as both try to overpower the other with sheer brute strength. The weaker monitor tries to leave, but its adversary chases it down, determined to continue the fight. In this clip, a monitor lizard clamps down on the spine of a black cobra. The snake is obviously tired of the bout. It just wants to be freed from the clutches of the aggressor. However, the monitor is determined to remain in this position. The snake strikes it, but the strikes do nothing to change the situation of the battle. Such an occurrence makes one wonder what the snake did to aggravate the monitor in the first place. Number 5. Alligators versus predators. Here, a gator stares at a water moccasin as if trying to decide its next course of action. The alligator chooses to go for the kill. The gator's strike is fast, and it displays its strength by ragdolling the unlucky snake. The snake shouldn't have been that comfortable lying next to the ravenous beast. It is mating season, and the gators are at it again. Two alligators engage in a deadly battle. The aggressor in the battle bites its opponent behind the neck. When it sees that the attacks are not producing the desired results, it leaves the neck and goes for the tail. That fails to do any significant damage as well. The two gators stop fighting almost immediately, and they continue to go about their day. Talk about no hard feelings. Number 4. Wolves versus predators. Wolves are highly effective hunters due to their excellent teamwork. They are capable of taking down the largest prey in their territory. In this clip, a coyote tries its luck by trying to consume a pack's leftover carcass. The wolf pack is not interested in sharing its hard-earned meal with a scavenger. The pack chases the coyote. The poor animal runs for its life, but it is outnumbered by wolves. Not surprisingly, it's hard to run on an empty stomach. The wolves intend to make an example of the animal, and they do with utmost viciousness. If you were a wolf, you had better hope not to be an omega in your pack's hierarchy. Here, an omega wolf casually goes about its day with its tail tucked between its hind legs. It's not trying to start any fights. Nevertheless, the pack determines that the wolf needs to be punished for being weak. Turns out wolves are no strangers to bullying. A sure way to start a fight in the wild is to steal another animal's prey. A grizzly bear attempts to steal a wolf pack's food. The wolves are not interested in sharing their food. Being a large pack, they are confident enough to fight for their meal even when the opponent is a grizzly. They surround the bear, biting it any chance they get. It's safe to say that before this bear can successfully steal the carcass, it'll have sustained some injuries from the persistent wolves. Number 3. Bears versus predators. Bears might look cute and cuddly, but do not let their appearances fool you. They are wild, ferocious beasts. 4 bears brutally attack a wolf. 3 of the wolf's buddies try to rescue their friend. The pack's attempts to save the unlucky wolf are unsuccessful. The wolf must have really annoyed these bears, as they are hell-bent on ending its life. In this clip, a Marsican bear is enjoying an afternoon nap right beside its food. A lone wolf comes along. Sensing the opportunity, It tries to steal the bear's leftovers. The bear wakes up and charges the wolf. It seems like the wolf does not recognize a losing battle. There's no way the wolf can get that piece of meat from a predator multiple times its weight. I guess hunger can make one do crazy things. Coyotes are every large predator's nightmare. They are pesky, opportunistic predators that prefer to steal other animals' food. Here, a coyote carefully watches a bear eating. The tiny predator's observation and persistence pay off, as it is able to run away with a large chunk of meat. The bear charges the thief, but it stops after 10 paces. It probably realized that if it continued the chase, another animal would come around to finish the rest of the carcass. Number 2. Bobcats versus predators. Here, 2 bobcats are hanging around an animal carcass, protecting the prize from the prying eyes of scavengers. A coyote comes along, searching for an opportunity to get a free meal. The bobcats want no part in sharing their meal. They snarl at the canine, but the determined coyote is not backing down. Realizing that mere threats are not enough to persuade the hungry dog, the cats attack with their claws and fangs. The coyote gets the message this time. Raccoons are stubborn creatures who randomly pick fights with almost any animal in their path. Here, a young bobcat lies on the ground, casually enjoying its afternoon. It is approached by a large, curious raccoon that gets very close to it. The cat swipes at the nosy animal, but the raccoon keeps charging at it. Jumping back and dodging the raccoon's attacks with incredible nimbleness, the young cat runs away from its aggressor. The raccoon continues the chase, but it is evident that the bobcat is out of its reach. Here, a hungry bobcat traverses the woods in search of breakfast. The cat comes across a rattlesnake and immediately begins attacking the venomous predator. The snake tries to get a deadly bite in, but the cat is too quick. The nimble cat disorients the rattlesnake with quick strikes to the head. With the snake confused, the feline bites the snake in the neck, near its head, a move that seals the fate of the venomous animal. Number 1. Honey badgers versus predators. Honey badgers, similar to wolverines, are a part of the weasel family. They are extremely aggressive and show no fear in combat. A lion runs up to a honey badger hoping for an easy meal. To the lion's surprise, this prey is not about to go down without a fight. The lion follows the violent lightweight, trying different ways to attack the creature. After following it for a few yards, the apex predator decides to leave the petite guy alone. In this clip, we get to see a honey badger's toughness. A leopard has its target. The big cat pins and bites the persistent honey badger, an attack that would have taken down animals twice the size of the victim. The victim does not give up as it tries to free itself from the jaws of the superior predator. Unfortunately, its attempts are not enough to set it free from the ravenous leopard. What happens when 3 young leopards set out to get a honey badger themed menu for lunch? This clip shows what'll happen. Honey badgers are unrelenting in their attempts to cling to life. This fascinating creature manages to fight off the cats even though it gets pinned by the bigger animal many times. The leopards are shocked. They don't expect their food to fight back with such ferocity. In the end, the honey badger walks away free, strutting its tail. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos on your screen. We'll see you there.